back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 31 problem of this month on LeetCode. That is last problem of this year, right? So before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 1970. Last day where you can still cross. So this problem is marked hard by LeetCode, but let's make this problem easy, right? This problem is asked in companies like Google, Meta, right? So good problem. So let's see the problem statement. There is a one-waste binary matrix where 0 represents land and 1 represents water, right? So you are given integers, row and column, representing the number of rows and columns in the matrix respectively, right? So if you see here example number 1, row is equal to 2 and column is equal to 2. That simply means we have 2 cross 2 matrix, right? In which we have row 1, we have row 2 and column 1 and column 2, right? This is one based matrix, right? So that is why I'm here writing row 1 instead of row 0 and then row 1, right? Clear this thing, right? Then after that, initially on day 0, the entire matrix is land. Land means 0 because 0 represents land, right? So on day 0, so this is nothing but your day 0, this is nothing but your day 1, this is your day 2, this is your day 3, right? So initially on day 0, the entire matrix is land. However, each day a new cell becomes flooded with water. You are given a one waste 2D array cells where cells of I, R and C represents that on the ith day, the cell on the rth row and cth column, one waste coordinates will be covered with water, change to 1, right? So 0 initially land and then we are going to change it to 1. That simply means water, right? So this is for day 1, this is for day 2, this is for day 3, this is for day 4, right? So day 1, so this, then on day 2 this, then day 3 this, right? This is row 1, row 2, row 1, row 2, column 1, column 2, and here row 1, row 2, right? Like this. Clear this part, right? Now you want to find the last day that it is possible to walk from the top to the bottom by only walking on the land cells. So you need to move from the top row to the bottom row, right? But condition is you can only move on the land cells, right? You can start from any cell in the top row. So in the top row we can start from any cell, and you can end at any cell in the bottom row. So in the bottom row also we can end at any cell, right? But condition is you can only travel in the 4 cardinal directionals: left, right, up and down, right? So we can move left, we can move right, we can move up, or we can move down. We have to return the last day where it is possible to walk from the top to the bottom while only walking on the land cells. This is what we need to do, right? Very easy, right? Okay, now see here, right? So this is day 0, right? Everything is 0. That's simple land, right? So in day 0 we can easily move. We can move from here to here, we can move from here to here, right? Or we can move this, or we can move like this, right? So our choice, right? But we can move from top row to top bottom row, right? It is possible. Now on day 1 I fill this cell with water, right? So here also if you see, answer is possible. So I can easily start from any one cell in the top row, right? And I can move to the bottom row, right? So any one path is possible, return true. So answer is possible here. On day 2, 2 1, so this cell I filled it with the water, right? Again I see in the top there is one cell in the top row which is 0. That's because land is there, right? So I can start from the top row and I can reach to the bottom row, right, without any issues. So answer is possible on day 2. But on day 3, when I filled this cell 1 comma 2 with the water, now in the top there is no land, right? So I can't start from top, right? So only on day 2 answer is possible, right? So day 2 is the last day when answer is possible. So this is what we need to return. The last day where it is possible to cross from top to bottom is on day 2. That's it. Now see this example number 2. Row 2, column 2, right? So here 2 rows, 2 columns, right? 2 into 2 matrix. So row 1, row 2, column 1, column 2, right? So this is for day 0, this is for day 1, this is for day 2, right? So here you can write d0, d1, not, you can start from d1, right? d1, d2, d3, d4. Initially on day 0 everything is land, right? So on day 1 this you did, right? But you can easily traverse, right? Day 2 you fill this with the water, right? Now in the top you don't see any cell where land is there, right? So that simply means day 2 answer is not possible. So day 1 is the last day when answer is possible. The last day where it is possible to cross from top to bottom is on day 1. That's it. Clear? Now see this example number 3. Row 3, column 3. That means we have 3 into 3 matrix, right? So this is for day 1, this is for day 2, this is for day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. Then here we have day 8, day 9, right? Okay, so here this is day 0, all are land. Then day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, right? So initially you are starting from day 1. You fill this with water. Answer is possible, right? We can move, right? Day 2 you filled 2 comma 1, right? This one. So now from here answer is not possible, but from here answer is possible. Okay, good. Day 3 you fill this, but still answer is possible. Day 3, right? Day 4 you fill this, but now answer is not possible, right? I stuck here, right? So day 3 is the last day when answer is possible. The last day where it is possible to cross from the top to bottom is on day 3. That's it. Okay, and these are the constraints, right? And here cells dot length, right? This values is nothing but total number of cells. If you see here, 9 cells, 9 values are there, right? So this is nothing but your row into column, because 3 into 3 matrix, that simply means we have 9 cells, right? So these 9 cells we are going to fill with the water one by one, right? So only 9 cells, right? So this is given to us, right? And all the values of cells are unique. All right, so these are the constants, right? Okay, so I hope that you guys are clear with the input and output, right? How we are getting, right? Okay, so here, see this example, right? See this example itself, right? So this is day 1, right? You fill this with water, right? So now you can start from this cell, right? And this your start, right? This from here you are starting, and you have to end to any cell here in the last bottom row, right? So you are just traversing the path, right? You can start from here or you can start from here. From this cell you can't start, right? This is water. From land only you can start. So what is your destination? Your destination is this. You want to reach to the this point, right? Only if this is possible, then you have to return true. That simply means answer is possible, right? You can freely traverse. So here you are just traversing from one start to one end, right? You are just traversing, right? So traversing means that we have to definitely use DFS or BFS type traversal, right? This is unweighted type graph, right? Not weighted, right? So for this path traversal technique we can go with DFS or we can go with BFS, right? Very simple. So we have used this DFS logic in many problems, this BFS logic in many problems, right? There is a playlist for the BFS topic in my YouTube channel as well, right? So we have solved many problems, right, related to this. So definitely we have to traverse, right? So definitely we have to use this, right? But here traversal is definitely we have to do, but here let's say on day 1 you do this and then you try this. Okay, if answer is possible, then let's move to day 2. On day 2 you fill this and then again you start from here top, because you have to start from top row itself, right? So here you first find out land is there or not. If land is there, then you have to do the traversal, DFS traversal. Okay, if from here answer is not possible, then you have to move to the next cell where land is there. Then again from here you have to start the traversal. If from here also answer is not possible, then maybe if there are more cells like this, and from all these cells in the top row you have to do the traversal until answer is not possible, right? And if from all the cells answer is not possible, that simply means on this day there is no traversal, right? So but here if you see answer is possible, okay, then day 3 you do this day 3 3 3 you fill this. Now again you start from here, answer is not possible. Now after that you have to start from here, then here you have to do the traversal, right? Then answer is possible, right? Then in day 4 you move, right? So in day 4 again you fill this 2 comma 2, right? This with water, right? Again you have to start traversal from here, answer dot plus then another cell, then you have to do the traversal, right? But this is very costly thing, right? This is very costly thing. In day 1 also you are checking all the cells and finding out whether traversal is possible from top row to bottom row. In day 2 also you are doing the same thing. In day 3 also you are doing the same thing. In day 4 you are also doing the same thing, right? Okay, and these days they are in order actually, right? So from here one thing comes to my mind. Instead of checking for day one and then check from top to bottom answer is possible or not, right? Then check for day two and from pick the all the land cells one by one until answer is possible, right? And then move to day three and do the same thing. So here one thing comes to my mind. Can I directly start from day 5 and see that with day 5 answer is possible or not, right? So in day 5 what I will do, I will, let's say, fill all the values with these, right? And then I will check with until day 5 answer is possible or not. Instead of checking for day 1, day 2, day 3, day 3, I'm directly checking with day 5, let's say, right? If with the day 5 the answer is not possible, that simply means, if with the day 5 answer not possible, that simply means with the day 6 also answer not possible, day 7 also answer not possible, day 8 answer is not possible, day 9 answer is not possible. Then what I will do in this case, then definitely my answer is going to possible in this side, right? Okay, so from here I think something comes to your mind what I'm doing here, right? So like this you have days, day 0 and day n. So I am first searching with this answer is possible or not. So if with this answer is not possible, definitely with all these answers not possible, then I have to search here, right? So this is nothing but binary search I have to do, right? So this is how binary search comes to my mind. Okay, that we have to apply the binary search logic here, right? Clear this part. So now this problem is very easy. Now this problem is very easy, right? So here if you see this example, so what I will do here, let's say this is 0 index, this is 1 index, this is 2 index, this is 3 index. I'm writing indexing here. It's day 1. This is 0 index means day 1. 1 index is day 2, right? Okay. So here I'm writing indexing, right? So L is 0. My right, let's say total number of here this, what is the length of this? 4, right? Or you can simply do row into col, right? 4. But I need the last cell. So I will do total length 4 minus 1, 3. So I will take R is 3. Now I have to run one while loop while my L is less than equal to R, right? This while loop I will run, right? In this while loop, I'm going to write mid, right? So with the mid answer is possible or not. This is what we need to do, right? So I will find out the mid. Let's say mid comes out to be, let's say mid comes out to be 1, right? So let's say this is my mid. So this is my mid. So what I will do, 1 1 and 2 1, until here I will fill all the cells with water. So 1 1, that simply means this 2 1, that simply means this. So with this answer is possible, right? With this mid answer is possible, right? So with this mid, if answer is possible, that simply means, okay, so this L, this R. So if with this mid answer is possible, then maybe answer is possible with this value as well, maybe this value as well. So we have to then search in this side, right? So what I will do, I will update this as my next L and R. So in this range I will check with this answer is possible. So from here to here also I will check that, right? So I will update my L as, you can say, mid plus 1 for the next time, right? So my L, next time my L is going to start from here, right? This is my L, my R is here. So now again I will calculate the mid, right? So mid formula is very simple, right? So you can simply do it like this, uh, left plus R minus L divided by 2, right? If you simplify it, you will just simply get what, this, that is nothing but L plus R divided by 2, right? So this is how you can calculate the mid, right? Okay, so but instead of writing it like this, I am writing it like this, so that if L and R values are very large and if I do addition, maybe I will get overflow type error, integer overflow, something like that, right? So I can simply write it like this, right? So now here 2 plus 3 divided by 2, so I will get 5 divided by 2, I will get 2 as the mid. So this as the mid. So if this is my mid, so again I will fill all these cells with this. So now this I will fill with the water, this I will fill with water, this I will fill with water. Now after that again I'm going to search if with this answer is possible. So now answer is not possible, right? So what I'm going to do, if answer is not possible, then what I need to do, then I'm just going to update my R to mid minus 1, right? R to mid minus 1. Maybe previous side answer is possible. So now my R is going one step backward, right? R is going to be this, right? L is here. Now my R is moving here. So now I have to stop my while loop, right? But in the last time, my answer is going to be the mid with which answer is possible, right? For the last time. So last time with this answer is possible. So that's what we need to return. Okay, right? And definitely the condition, right? I have to check whether answer is possible or not. So for that I have to use the BFS or DFS type traversal, right? So let's use BFS. Okay, very easy. Let's use BFS. Maybe you can try with DFS. Same, no, very few lines will be changed. Okay, let's use BFS. Okay, so I will just try to implement the BFS, right? So what I will do, first I will iterate over all the cells in the top row, and wherever land is there, that cell, particular cell, I will add to my queue, right? And then from starting from that cell, I will start visiting, right? I start visiting the neighbors, right? Neighbors left, right, right, up and down, right? So I will start visiting the neighbors, right? and and I have to visit continuously. I will go on until my queue is not empty, right? And if at any point of time, right, while visiting I move to the last row, right? So in that case I have to simply return true, that answer is possible. Somehow I move to the end, right, in the last row, right? Then after that I have simply return true. Okay, for very first time, until very first time when I am going to reach the last row now. So I will just simply return true, right? So if from here I move to the last, right, anywhere, I will return true. I don't need to check then this, right? So then I will just play with this binary search thing. Okay, then I will just increment my L is equal to mid plus 1, right, like this. So this is my plan, right? This is what I'm going to do now, right? So here one more thing, let's say this is your matrix. Okay, this is your matrix. So right now you are here, right? So you can only move to this direction, 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 right? And here if I just say row 0, row 1, row 2, column 0, column 1, column 2. So here at this particular position, right, if you are here, right, so that simply you are at 1 comma 1, right? 1 comma 1, right? Now if you are moving to this direction, right, so then you are moving to 1 comma 2. If you are moving to this direction, then you are going to move to 1 comma 0. If you are moving up, then that simply means you are moving to 0 comma 1. And if you are moving down, that simply means you are moving to 2 comma uh, 2 comma 1, right? This is what's happening, right? This is what's happening here. Clear? So if you are moving here, right, so in this case, if you are moving here, right, so in this case this value is decrementing, right? So if you are here, let's say, and if you are moving here, right, so let's say this point is uh 0 comma 0. Okay, so if you are moving here, so that's then in that case, if you notice this value is decremented, right? 0 comma minus 1, right? And same way if you are moving here, you see this value is decremented, right? This is going to remain same, so this value is decremented, right? Same way if you are moving here, if you notice this value is incremented, right? 1, it becomes 2 here. So here if I am taking 0 0 as starting, so it is going to become like this 0 comma 1. Same way if I am moving here, so if you notice here, this value is remaining same here, 1, and it is incremented 1 comma 0, right? So these are nothing but your directions actually, right? Up, left, right, and down, right? Now if I say that if you are at 3 comma 4, and if I ask you to move right, so what you are going to do in this case? So if you are moving right, right, if you are moving right, so in that case what you need to do, you have to simply add this code, these points 0 and 1 to this. So if you do this, so you are moving to 3 comma 5, right? Clear? Same way if you are at 1 comma 1, let's say, 1 comma 1. I am taking the same example, right? And if I ask you to move to the top, if I ask you, so what you need to do, go here, take this coordinate for the top, that is -1 and 0, and add it. So it is going to become 1, and 1 minus 1, it is going to become 0. So 0 comma 1, see, right? So this is very helpful. So now you have to just add these values wherever you are currently. If you add this point, you are going to move up. If you are going to add this, you are moving to right. If you add this, you are moving to left. If you add this, you are going to move to down, right? Okay, so let's write the code. This is very basic. I have explained this in many videos. Okay, so let's write the code now. So first thing, you have to take the directions, right? So here directions name 2D array I'm going to create, right? And here inside this, what are the directions? So let's take those directions. So 1 comma 0, right? 1 comma 0, right? And then you have to take -1 comma 0, right? 1 comma 0 minus 1 comma 0, and let's take after that 0 comma 1 and 0 comma -1. Okay, so these are the directions you have to take. 0 comma 1, and here you have to take 0 comma -1, right? So these are directions you have to take, right? Done this thing. Now let's do one thing. Instead of writing it here now, let's use this, let's write it here in the class. Okay, now here what you need to do, this is your main, right? So here I told you that you have to take the left and right. Okay, so int left is equal to 0, right is equal to you can write a cells dot length -1, or you can simply write here row into column, right? Whatever you want, right? So here you can also write row into column, right? Because row into col is nothing but it's going to be the cells dot length, right? Equal to cells dot length, right? Right, this is given in the problem statement, right? All right, so this is done. Okay, now here answer we have to return in the end, right? Last day. So here I will just simply run this while binary search, right? Left is less than equal to right, and here I have to calculate the mid. So mid is very easy, left plus here right minus left and divide it with a 2, right? So this is how you have to write, and here you have to check if you can cross, right, from top row to bottom row. So in this, just pass the row that you have, the column, right, the cells and mid value, right? So until mid, actually I'm going to feed all the values to the land, right? I will iterate over the cells one by one. Mid is nothing but the day, right? But here with this, if answer is possible, then I will just update the latest value of answer as mid, right? And then maybe with this answer is possible, then maybe for the next number of days also answer is possible. So left is equal to mid versus 1. But if answer is not possible, then definitely you have to move little bit back. So in that case, you have to update your right as mid -1. Okay, so your search is going to be the old left to the new right, which is going to be mid -1 in this case, right? And once this is done, right, and once your left is becomes it's not less than equal to right, so definitely in this case you have to return the last updated value of this answer. That's it, right? So this is what you need to do here. That's it. Now we have to write this very easy problem. Okay, nothing complex. Private boolean, and here can cross, and here you have to pass what int row col cells, pass everything whatever you have. Okay, so int row, int col, int cells, and here you have to pass the int day. Okay, now here also I'm taking one grid. Okay, I'm taking one grid first, and of same number of row and columns, right? And here if you notice, initially all the values in this grid, new grid that I'm creating, is 0, and 0 is going to represent nothing but land. right? But now in this land of grid, I need to add water, right? So what I have to do, I have to iterate over my mid is nothing but day I'm passing here, right? So I have to iterate over the cells, right, where water is there. Water will be there until the end of this particular day, right? I is equal to 0, I is less than day, and here I plus plus. So here which row and which column, right? So now here from these cells, right, I will go to I comma 0, right? I comma 0, and here I have to subtract 1, right, because 1 based indexing is given, so I will make it to 0 based, right? So definitely I have to add subtract 1, right, because here 1 1 means, right, so 1 1 means this 0 comma 0 0 index, right? 0 comma 0, this cell is nothing but 0 comma 0, right? Because I'm starting my indexing from 0. This is nothing but 1 comma 0, this is nothing but 0 of, this is nothing but 0 comma 1, this is nothing but 1 comma 0, this is nothing but 1 comma 1, right? So they have given values like this, okay, but we are treating it like this 0 comma 1, okay? So if 1 1 means 1 comma 1 means nothing but 0 of 0, right? So I have to fill this, right, because I'm starting from 0 here, right? That is the reason, okay? So that's why I'm doing this. And same way here, C value also I comma 1, also I'm going to subtract it with 1, and here I will update the value of this grid, right? This grid as grid of R and C. I'm going to update it to 1. That's it, okay? This is done. This is what I need to do here. That's it, okay? Now here I told you that we need to use Q, right? In Q I'm going to pass what, this cells, right? So here I'm just going to write int, and here Q is equal to new linked list, done. And here I will also take one boolean visited array, right? I don't want to visit again and again the same cell, right? Because I can move in 4 directions, right? So it's not like I move down and again up and then again down, then again up, then down, up, down, up. So this I don't want this type of behavior, right? So I have to create this visited boolean visited is equal to new boolean, and here same row and call, right? So this is done. Now after this you have to iterate over all the cells in the row 0, right, from where you can start. And here C is less than call, and here C plus plus. And then after this what you need to do here, if that particular cell, right, if grid of this particular you can say we are moving over top row, right? So 0 only, right? Here you have to take C, right? So if this value, if it is equal to 0, that simply means it's a land, right? So if it is a land, then in the queue that you have created, right, in this you have to offer, you have to add, right, what, new int this particular cell, right? So just pass here 0 comma C, right? So these two values you have passed here, right? So from here you can start, right? From here you can start your search, right? And if once I add this now, so what I will do here, I will mark this as visited as well, right? So what I will do here, just copy this visited, and here 0 and this C, and I'm going to mark it to true, right? So very easy, right? Until now everything is very easy, right? This thing, right? Now here after this, so I'm taking one grid, initially all cells are 0, that simply means land. Then I am going to iterate over the mid or number of days, right? Day 1, day 2, day 3. So these are given, these values are given in the cells, right? But wherever the whatever the cells we have given, I will just add water to them, that simply changing the value to 1, right? Then I will create one queue and visit it, right? And then I will just iterate over the first row, top row, 0th row, right? So I will just move over the top row, and wherever I have land, I will add that to my queue, right? That's nothing but one starting point. And once I add that particular cell, I don't want to visit that cell again. So I'm also going to mark that as visited here, right? So this is what I'm doing here, right? So this is very easy, right now, right? Okay, now next thing here, how we write the BFS? Very simple. While your queue is not empty, you are just going to do the searching while your queue is not empty, right? So this, and here inside this, first pick the coordinate stop value, right? So just poll it, right? So q dot poll, so you are going to get some coordinates, okay? And just take the row from here, so you can say cur of 0, and take the column as cur of 1, right? And now if you move to the last row, right? Last row, okay? So here if you see in our problem, right, how it is given, it is given like this, right? Row is equal to 2, so row 1 and row 2. But if I write it like this, so I will write it as like this 0, and then I will write 1, right? So this is what I'm doing, right? 0 and 1. So here I will write if your r value is equal to row minus 1, so that's it, means you reach to the last row. So in this case you have to simply return true, no need to check further, right? Then you have to stop, no need to check further. Okay, this is done. Now from here you have to also check the all the four directions, right? Okay, so now int, you have to move all the directions, right? Int d in directions, dars, right? So here your new row is going to be current r value, and here I told you now, every time you have to just add the values, okay? So you are picking one direction, so let's say you pick this, so from this you have to pick this value and add to the r, this value you have to add to c, right? 0 value. So this is what you have to do, new row, and same way new column is nothing but you have to take c, and in c you have to add d of 1, right? Okay, this is done. Now here definitely I want to here make sure that this nr new row and new column, right, this particular cell, it should be there now, it should not be out of bound, right? So nr value, it should be greater than equal to 0, right? And this new row value, it should be less than a row, right? And because I am using zero based indexing or while writing the code, right? So that's why less than zeros, okay? Less than row I'm writing. And here same way nc is also, it should be greater than equal to 0, and nc is less than col, right? And definitely I don't want to visit the cell which I've already visited, right? So and here I'm writing if we have not visited this particular new row and new column, right? And here also I will not, I don't want to move to the grid, right, where water is there, right? So here I only want to move when land is there, right? So nr and nc, this value, right, if it is equal to 0, land is there, right? We haven't visited and land is there, and that cell is there, coordinate is there, right? Then I'm going to mark my new visited, right? Visited of, in this case what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark this visited as true first, right? And in the queue I'm going to add this, right? So here I'm just going to write q dot offer new int, and here I will pass nr and nc, right? This is what I'm going to do, right? And in this while loop, if I'm not able to return true anywhere, right, so in the end I will simply return false, right? That simply means my queue becomes empty and there is no path where I return true. That simply means we have to return false, right? That's it. This is your code. That's it. Okay, let's run it and see if the encode issue. We'll try to fix that. So yes, there are some issues, so let's fix that. So see here, only one equal to should be there, right? Now let's run it again. right? So now here you are getting some issue, right? So here it is a 2D array, right? So here you have to write it like this. Now let's run it again. So see, all the test cases has been accepted, right? Now let's submit it. So see, our solution is accepted, right? And we have completed this December month challenge as well, right? You have been awarded DCC December 2025, right? Consistency is the key. See you next month, right? Next year now, right? So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem, and if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.